Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm Sam. Welcome back to another video. So we have some brand new iPhone 11 and AirPods 2 rumors to talk about, this time coming courtesy of one of our own YouTubers. Everything Apple Pro. Snaps to him for getting a hold of this info first. I also want to talk about what's changed in iOS 12.2 Beta 4 because the news icon's a little bit different and there are some other features. As always, if you're looking forward to any of this info and you want to help the channel out, drop a like down below and hit subscribe so you stay up to date on the latest Apple news. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, first up, I want to talk about iOS 12.2 Beta 4. Apple made a change that I'm not a big fan of at all. They gave us a new news icon. Now, we know this is going to mean something in just a little bit because many sources have come out and said that Apple's reported March 25th event is going to have a new subscription service focus, meaning that Apple has really been paying some special attention to the news app recently. They're probably going to change it even more when iOS 12.2 is released in just a couple of weeks, and they've now given us a new icon. Also, when you go inside now, the interface looks a little bit different, especially that top stories text right there. It's in a slightly different font. Next up, inside of Control Center here, there is a new Apple TV remote icon. Instead of it saying Apple TV, it actually shows you a remote icon right there. And I've also seen that somebody on r/iOS beta posted that the volume icons can be a little bit different when you're inside of the Control Center version of Airplane to the Apple TV app. So overall, with iOS 12.2 Beta 4, you can tell that Apple is winding down development. Again, they are reportedly holding an event on March 25th at their headquarters in Cupertino, so we'll probably hear a lot more about iOS 12.2 and hopefully, perfect segue, new products like AirPods 2 soon as well. Now, in my last AirPods video that I uploaded just a few days ago, I was talking about the fact that we don't know which version exactly of AirPods is coming. We know that they're now probably coming for everybody in Apple stores in some form on March 29th, 2019, but we don't know if it's going to be a slightly upgraded version with hands-free Siri functionality and a wireless charging case, or a much better version that's also in testing, maybe slated for release on the 29th, maybe coming out later this year in fall of 2019, that would have noise canceling, maybe waterproofing, improved bass response, a new texture on them, a new black colorway. Right now, it's just unclear whether the big upgrade is coming in a couple of days, later in March, or later in 2019, or further down the road. So these latest rumors actually come courtesy of Everything Apple Pro, who is a fellow Apple YouTuber. Love this guy to death. He's been putting out great content for a long time. And his source, Max Weinbach, who writes for an Android developer site. Now, everything that Max has been reporting has yet to actually come true, so please treat this with some heavy skepticism. But in this latest video, here's what we heard. So AirPods 2, through their wireless charging case, it's going to be a little bit bigger and longer because of the Qi charging sensors or pads inside of it. But it's going to be able to charge from 0 to 100% reportedly, both the case and the AirPods 2 inside, in 15 minutes. So that's absurd. 0 to 100% in 15 minutes would be a pretty big upgrade. And for people that use their AirPods constantly, that find their AirPods dying, this super quick wireless charging could be a way to circumvent the pretty short battery life that AirPods inherently have because of their size. So this just adds more fuel to the fire, but we still don't know whether or not the smaller upgrade with wireless charging and Hey Siri functionality is on the way, or if that bigger upgrade's coming sooner rather than later. I'll keep you guys updated and tell you everything I know as soon as I know it. Now, in the same video from Everything Apple Pro, we also got some new iPhone 11 rumors, and it was about time. We hadn't heard much about the iPhone 11 in recent history. According to these latest rumors, with the iPhone 11 in 2019, you'll be able to take your phone right here, fully submerge it in water, and then still be able to use and interact with the screen. If you've ever gone swimming with your iPhone, you know that rarely, if at all, you'll actually be able to interact with the screen because the touch screen and the panel doesn't know how to actually handle being fully submerged and experiencing constant contact from water, and then also know how to respond to your finger. It's just not, I guess, technologically advanced enough yet. Apparently in 2019, with the iPhone 11, you'll be able to use it underwater. Now, more realistically, a scenario could be you're walking outside and rain gets on your screen. That can also make it very hard to actually interact with app icons or scroll. Hopefully that would be improved through this mode. Overall, this sounds like a much neater feature, something that you're going to talk about when you talk about the iPhone, but never actually use. However, the other feature that Everything Apple Pro discusses in his video is much more exciting and definitely has much more practical application, at least to me. It would be called directional haptic feedback. So honestly, one of the most underrated parts of the iPhone right now is the vibration motor inside. When you 3D touch on something, when your phone is ringing or you get a text and it vibrates. It doesn't feel super rigid and aggressive. It feels very, very subtle and very natural, I would say. With this new directional haptic feedback coming to the iPhone 11, you would be able to feel it from a specific portion or quadrant of your screen. So right now, if I would 3D touch on this icon right here, Tweetbot, I would just feel generally vibration on my phone. But with this new directional feedback, apparently you'd be able to 3D touch here and feel from this specific portion of the screen 3D touch haptic vibrational feedback. That sounds like something absolutely up Apple's alley because they're always working on refining the haptic engine. I've already noticed since I think the iPhone 6S or 7 when it came to the iPhone, it's gotten better each and every single year. It's a very specific team of people working on vibration, but it's one of those iPhone features that you just get used to, but would be really disappointed if Apple took out one day and just put the standard cheap vibration motor in there. All right, I know I sound like an Apple fanboy right now. I know I'm just really hard selling you guys this vibration directional motor thing, but it does objectively on paper sound pretty cool. Let me know what you guys think about this and the waterproofing feature down below. All right, guys, that is actually going to wrap up this video. Those are the latest changes in iOS 12.2 Beta 4 on the iPhone 11, what we're expecting to hear, and on AirPods 2, which are hopefully coming very soon. I am legit dying to get my hands on those. If you enjoyed watching this, as always, drop a like. It always helps me out, and hit subscribe so you stay up to date on the latest Apple news. I've been Sam. Hope all of you are doing fantastic, and I'll talk to you in my next video.